Tribus Tools, flare wrenches with a click. I'm Tim Johnson. You're watching Shop Tool Reviews. If you followed our SEMA coverage from this past year, then you would have seen that we covered a company called Tribus Tools. And they had an O2 sensor wrench, so they have it in the 7/8 as well as 15/16 that was ratcheting and a flex head. Really cool wrench, and we actually reviewed it, and it did quite well. In fact, the mechanic's hands we've got it in now loves it, takes O2 sensors in and out all the time with it. Well, Tribus has also come out with a smaller set of wrenches for your brake lines, transmission lines, basically anywhere you've got a flare nut. That's what these guys are for. You can get them in a three-piece of SAE as well as a three-piece of metric, or you can get it in a six-piece kit as well. Let's take a closer look at the features on these tools, see what we think about them. By the way, they're made in the USA, so we love to see that. Anyway, after we take a closer look, then we'll come back and we'll talk about pricing and warranty and our thoughts of it. These are the Tribus Tools ratcheting line wrenches. As we mentioned, we reviewed their O2 sensor wrench, which they have in a 7/8 as well as a 15/16, so a lot larger ratcheting line wrench for those stubborn O2 sensors. They're always a pain to get around with the cords coming out of them and where they're at on the vehicles and things. So it's really nice to have a flexing head as well as that ratcheting mechanism in there. So that's when we saw Tribus Tools for the first time, used their wrench for the first time. Now we see they've come out with a smaller set of ratcheting line wrenches, which we know is a big pain. Well, these aren't a pain, but your typical, flare wrench, there's no ratcheting mechanism. You can get them in a flex head sometimes. But anyway, sometimes these things are a pain because you have to turn it, take it off, move it, turn it, and so forth, like your typical wrench. And you don't want to use a standard wrench because then you're only biting on two sides of that fastener. Once you strip one of those, you don't want to do that. So these smaller Tribus ratcheting line wrenches should be a great fit for things like brake lines, transmission lines. Anytime you have hard lines and flare nuts, this is going to be a great use for that. Now you can get this individually. You can buy them individually. You can also buy them in a three-piece metric kit or a three-piece SAE kit, or you can buy them in an all-in-one six-piece kit as well. Now let's look at some of the features on these guys. Obviously, they're a ratcheting line wrench, so they have a ratcheting mechanism. Also, it's only a 4-degree swing arc, so to actually engage that next tooth, here's how far I have to move, right there. You hear the click? So it doesn't have to move far. So I know I said 4 degrees, but that's your visual indication of that 4 degrees, right there. So not very far at all to engage that next tooth. So even when you're in that tight area, you can get in there and make those adjustments, make those needed movements on that wrench, on that fastener with that ratcheting mechanism. We also have a flexible head here, a full 180 degrees. In fact, that's probably a little more than 180 because that's more than 90, and that's more than 90 as well. So probably closer to, say, 200 degrees, 190 degrees. How the ratcheting mechanism works is that this inner ring here obviously swivels around, and those kind of crescent moon style jaws there that almost form a complete circle give that extra stability there as that ring turns around. And in this ring, if you can look here on the edge of that ring, are teeth, and kind of concave there with the teeth. And then if we turn this around to the opening, we have a pawl, P-A-W-L, inside there that also has counteracting teeth on it, and that's what's going to grab that internal ring. Now, there's one pawl on this side, which you can see where that little cap is there. And if we flip this over 180 degrees, there's a cap there, and there's also a pawl behind that. So you actually get two pawls in each wrench that are engaging that ring, if you will. Most of the time, both of them are engaging, but when you've got the opening on that one area, then obviously, or on each of those areas where the pawls are, that's when you just have one set of pawls actually grabbing that. But pretty cool design. In fact, is a patented design on this. There's a patent number right here built right onto the tool. Also, as we mentioned, these are made in the USA, so really excited about that. They look really well, almost has like a gunmetal finish on it, So not exactly glossy, also not exactly flat. Just got a really nice looking finish on it. They also have great weight to them as well. You've got some grip right here through the handle that's going to allow you to hold on to this well. And they're all about 6 inches long. If I break the tape measure out here, every one of them from the jaw to the rear is just short of 6 inches. And that doesn't matter whether you're the 10 millimeter or all the way up to the 1/2 inch. They're all the same, as well as even across the jaws, just about 1 1/8 inches. And then as far as thickness goes, just over 3/8 of an inch, almost a 1/2 inch thick on these. Let's get a weight on them as well. So we'll bring this in. And then let's go with ounces. So 4.7 ounces. If I go to grams, yeah, so we're looking at 135 grams. So not very heavy for a wrench, but at the same time, it does have great weight as to the size of it. So you can see there's 135 grams. If I brought a regular flare wrench in, 125 grams. So this is outweighing that. And it's a little bit of a smaller wrench. Just wanted to point that out. Sometimes you grab things and they don't have much weight to them. You don't have a lot of, you don't put a lot of confidence in it sometimes when it's a lighter tool. You feel like it's going to break. These with a lifetime warranty, built really well, built really sturdy. Love to see that dual paw design and that 4-degree swing arc and that flexing head. All of those built right into the wrench. And we think these Tribus tools are really cool little wrenches, and they're very functional. So they're going to serve a very good purpose of breaking loose all those brake lines, transmission lines, any type of lines where you'd use a line wrench or a flare wrench to break a flare nut loose. These are going to be great for that. We also love they're made in the USA. Now, let's face it, you can get flare wrenches in any shape or form. You can even get flex head flare wrenches, but it's hard to find a ratcheting flare nut wrench, so Tribus has attacked that. But also, like we mentioned, made in the USA with a lifetime warranty as well. Very excited to see that. And these things are built pretty tough. They're nice and heavy. So we saw that when we were weighing them and measuring them and all that type of stuff. We were looking at the closer features. Pretty cool paw design as well, where you have a paw on each side that's grasping that ring that's rotating. Also that 4-degree swing arc, so you're never going to move very far to engage that next tooth. Very small swing there to engage that next tooth in the fastener, so you can get in those tight areas as well. Pricing on these guys, you can buy them independently. I forget what the individual price is, but you can also get it in a 3-piece SAE kit, which is $139, or you can get it in a 3-piece metric kit, which is $139. That would be $139, or you can get it in a 6-piece kit for $259. So what's that saving? I don't know, about 10, 20 bucks there. Anyway, so you can get the 6-piece kit for $260. Lifetime warranty on these guys, made in the USA. Patent on these as well, so you see the US patent number actually listed. Doesn't say patent pending, actually says patent. So they've got a patent on these. Lifetime warranty, not a crazy price for these. And these are going to be those specialty wrenches that you're going to have in your toolbox and probably find more useful more often than you think. So check it out from Tribus Tools. Also keep track of us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Hey, if you don't mind, would you hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't done so already? And by all means, you hate our video, give us a thumbs down. But would you let us know in the comments why? Have a great day and keep smiling.